Keep the gossip out the mouth, cause money stays on the brain.
What's your focus? Like, what's the ultimate goal? Because a lot of cats come to me and I be like, yo, like, that's not gonna work for the masses, for mainstream. They be like, oh, we're not trying to go mainstream. We just, you know what I'm saying? We just want to make music.
The way I see it,
I'm the wrong guy to come to.
The way I see it, and the way, you know what I mean, I actually speak to him about it. You know what I mean? I feel that I want to come from a realistic spectrum.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I want people to know and understand who we are coming into the game. Yeah, we could do that flamboyant rap and talk about money, this, that, and the third, but at the end of the day, they don't know who you are. Right. You know what I mean? And that's where people fall short.
Right.
I want people to understand who we are coming into the game. Like, I want you to understand, as you listen to our music, I want you to get a piece of us.
Okay.
And the thing with
you know
that
what I mean?
too,
Like, even if you were across the states,
right,
you know who we are. Even if you didn't meet us, you listen to our music and you know who we are.
Right.
And that's what people see in music. They want a connection.
True.
You know what I mean? They look for a connection with their music, something that they can feel relevant to.
Right.
Or relate to.
I think that's very important. A lot of people don't understand, like, cats come out, you know, and everybody wants to rap about guns and drugs now, killing people and all that. And that's cool in a circle.
Anybody can do that, though.
Right.
Anybody.
The reality is, though, that's like 3% of the population.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody not living that life. And a lot of the people that are really living that life, they don't want to be on wax talking about it. Like,
exactly.
Nigga, that's how you get indicted. Like, I'm not trying to go to jail because I just told y'all I'm with these kids and now I can't go outside my house because the cops waiting on me to see what the freak I'm going to do because I just rap about my lyrics. Like, that's why I always tell people, like, it's cool. Like, that's not my twist, but I don't knock it because it's got a lane. You know what I'm saying? That there's somebody out there that's
has its own lane.
Right. Only thing I say to people is if you're trying to be successful in this business, at the end of the day, you have to play to what the majority wants. Kanye came out like he was just talking some regular old real life nigga. I work at the Gap. Yep. I steal clothes. I worked at the Gap for real. And it was funny when I heard the
It made you feel away though. It made you feel away.
A whole bunch of pants and a nice little blazer we had come in. Like I brought the stuff in off the truck. I was loading up. I'm like, damn. This nigga put it in a song. Like, I'm living that life. Like, don't tell nobody. I'm saying, like, yo, my boys is like, all the size 38s, we always show it. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? They probably white boys don't wear clothes like that.
Exactly.
They don't wear them. Like,
Upgrade them.
I was getting them. So I'm like, yo, that's what's up. Like, that's real life. You know, so it's like, when you hear music like that, it's more identifiable for people. So it works. Like, people look at Lil Wayne and see where he's rose to in the game. But when it comes down to the numbers, the songs that Wayne had that worked and that were hits weren't the songs where he was Sue-wooing and all of that. It was songs like Lollipop and Mrs. Orchestra. Like, you know what I mean? It was the stuff that
everybody
people,
could enjoy. You're right.
Everybody's not, you know what I'm saying, with the same thing. But at the end, like, people call me and say, Rod, why y'all play this song? Why y'all play that kind of music?
The reason why people look up to a lot of people because they just want to find a relation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they look up to these celebrities and they look up to these people and they just want to try to find a relation. The reason why some people in certain spectrum, the way they view it may fall into the bad spectrum of how they see it. You know what I mean? They may not take out the good spectrum of everything else. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just try to find a relation. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I feel as if we give off a spectrum where they can relate to us, you know what I mean? Because people have lived the life that I may have lived.
Right.
They may have been through the struggles that I may have been through. They may have been through the struggles that he's been through. You know what I mean? They may have been through the hardships of good times or whatever that may be.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we're going to say it in a fashion where you can actually relate to it. We're not going to just flamboyant where it's just, oh, wow. They, you know what I mean? They're looking like that. You know what I mean?
The thing with us, though, we, like, we're pretty versatile, you know what I mean? Not even to brag or nothing, but you know what I mean? There's, like, we could cover any topic of songs. Like, if it's whether you wanted, from like some for the girls, you know what I mean, a love story or problems with a shorty, you know, concepts. We could come up with deep concepts. We could come up with party songs. We could come up with hardcore songs, you know, gritty songs. Like, you know what I mean, there's a range. Like, we have ranges, and you know what I mean, our range is extraordinary, man. I feel like if we had the chance to really do it though, and if you tell me what you like, if you was to come to us and say, yo, make this song, you know, it's for these
Just
certain
feel
group of people or something,
Right.
we'd be able to make that. We could do that. Like,
To the song she sent me from you guys.
yeah.
But when I'm listening to people's music in general, like I'm listening this not to see whether or not I like it,
Yeah.
because I don't like everything.
Yeah.
Like I play a local artist every day on my show at 3 o'clock, and I'm be honest with you, about 80% of it, I would never ever play myself.
Yeah, just
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I'm listening to it like
Like, man,
like
what is
it's tough sometimes. Too. I've gotten to the point where now I have an intern. You know what I'm saying? She's a young lady. She's 20 years old, and I know that for me as a radio personality, my focus is my females that 18 to 34 range. That's where I want them. So I put her in there, and I let her know, like, listen to them, make sure they're clean, so forth and so on. But I'll tell her if you hear something that you like, star it.
Yeah.
You know. So I go back and check it. And there are times, most of the time, she's on point with what I would listen to.
Yeah.
But then a lot of times I'm like, the free she started.
Like, what is this?
But I tell people it's not about what I like.
Exactly. It's about the master.
Exactly. So I always tell people I'm gonna give
Well,
everybody a
cats,
shot coming up who looked at, you know, mid '90s, late '90s hip hop, early 2000s hip hop and was like, what the freak are they doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
Yo, that ain't even.
So, you know, I look at it objectively and say, okay, let me give it to the people and see what the people say. That's why I make that particular element on my show. It's all about the listeners. People be like,
That's
yo,
what,
you play my song.
that's
you
what I'm
ain't
saying.
play
A
it
man in your
yet. They ain't like it.
a man in your position has to look at music in a wide spectrum.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like you
yeah.
just can't look at it
Can't
like,
be
all right, yeah, I
narrow-minded
like
for
this.
that.
You know what I mean? I
Right.
like this.
Right.
You actually got to think like, okay, would the people like it? I
Right.
know I like it, but would the people like it? You know what I
Right.
mean? So I know a man in your position see things a little bit differently.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you have to see it in a, like you have to see the
Broad
painted
spectrum,
picture.
yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Let's use Jay. We had this conversation a little bit last week.
Yes, we
Jay
did.
was smart about it.
Yes, we
Imagine
did.
how small was that?
Let me tell you
Before
first and
he even-
foremost,
That guy's a
I am
businessman.
the ultimate Jay-Z fan.
Yo,
Okay?
no, a Jay
In
fan
my
in here
opinion,
too, man.
Jay can do no wrong. Right? If I had a choice to pick between Jay-Z and my mom, I'm gonna pick my mom, but I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
pick
yeah.
her. I'm gonna be like, Mom, you really need to. Alright, Jay-Z,
Jay-Z,
I gotta go. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, I'm a Jay-Z fan, but when this album came out, it felt like the dynasty all over again. I was like, what the hell?
I think he was aiming for
This
that,
is
man.
not what I expected. Like, I expected the Holy Grail, my nigga, and you gave me the wooden cup. Like, what the freak is this? But you know what I'm saying? I respected the way he did it because I don't think this album was about music. I think it was about showing people, look what my marketing can do. Look at the power that I have in not just in hip hop, but in music.
That's the same thing.
Period. I'm gonna do 1 million sales one day,
One
not
day.
a week. In one night, I'm going to do 1 million sales digitally. Then when I release the album, I ain't got to worry about what it sells.
Bananas.
I'm already platinum.
Oh, man.
None of y'all can know. There's
Say
not
nothing,
another hip hop
nothing,
artist that
none.
can say they did that. Nowhere in the world.
And that's what it went to, like, me and my boys, we was having an argument over it, like, as far as, like, when you came to lyrics, who's more lyrical, the album, either Yeezus, Holy Grail, or Born Sinner. And I chose Born Sinner,
Yes.
man. Born Sinner by far, like, the concepts in it was more real. Like, Jay was
Matter of
just...
fact,
That's-
I
and
need
you
to put
seen
you on
it,
that. I need,
and that's
I need
what
to
he
hear
was-
what you think on that spectrum.
As far as, like, when it came to, like,
That's a great
like
question.
concept,
I
lyrics,
need
like,
to hear-
he's
I
delivering
need
it
to
like,
hear
yo.
you're going with Born Center
Over Born Center.
over the other two.
Yeah.
And I'm a Jay fan. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I love Jay
Don't get
way
me
more.
wrong.
Yeah.
But I want to hear why.
Born-
Wait,
Born
what?
Center-
Same
I want to
thing.
hear why
Born
you say
Center
that.
is somewhere in the back seat. I don't even know where it's at. But it might not even be in the back seat.
But when it's like,
But Magna Carta is in the CD player.
Okay, that's how I
downloaded
feel.
Magna- I got the CD. Of course, the label sent us a copy. I went and bought a copy, and then I downloaded a copy.
Yes, that's what I did
Yeah.
on the phone.
Born Center. They sent us a copy from the label, and that's the only copy I got.
yeah,
But respect to the album,
yeah.
I think it's crazy. And
Yeah.
the fact that this was his sophomore album, and he came out and did numbers again.
On it.
French
For him,
Montana released the album, what, 2 weeks before that?
I think so.
would.
56,000 copies.
And that's crazy. His mixtape sold way more than that, dogs. I love all his mixtape from Coke Boy 1, 2, Mac and Cheese 1 and 2, and He didn't. But that's what I'm saying. He
But when
got.
you think about it,
Man,
What do you think
song
happened,
is
Rob? What do you think happened with that?
Frenchie
Song
too, man.
on the album that was hot, he gave us already.
Already, that's
Yeah.
my thing. I was gonna say
We
any
had
song was
about
popping.
We had.
I
Ain't
didn't.
worry about it.
He
Like,
took
we,
too long.
We had everything.
It took really
So
long.
when the album came out, it
Are
was
you
like,
really gonna buy it?
Oh,
right? Why
I
not
heard it
do
already.
this?
Like,
Now, the juxtapose with that is, and I'm saying this to you guys as artists coming into, you know what I'm saying, to your own. You don't want to sit there and say, okay, we got hot tracks here that, you know, we're not going to release them. We're going to keep them on the low to the album drop. Like, you don't want to do that either unless you know when the album's going to come out. That's the importance of people saying to the record label, I don't want a record deal. I want a distribution deal.
What's the difference?
The record deal, they own and they control everything. You can go in the studio and work on 20 tracks and be like, yo, I got 20 tracks here, you know, y'all do y'all thing, decide which ones we want to do on the album. Cool. And they'll come back to you and say, all right, we want these 12. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to work up the marketing campaign for you. Album release date, November 10th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then they're going to come back to you and be like, we don't like these 12. We want 4 of those 12. Can you get us 8 more? Well, why don't we just use... I gave y'all 20. You
Why
only
not
took
just use-
12. So
yeah.
can we use... Now, there's a reason why we didn't pick those other 8.
Right.
So give us 8 more to go with these 4. Okay, cool. I'm going to go back. I'm going to do that. You go back, you do that. Well, now, that just took you how long to make those 8 songs?
Oh, I see what you mean. So, and
Your
you're
November
pushing
10th
yourself back
album
by,
date
and you
is
don't
now
even know it.
December 10th.
Yeah, unless you like that with
Banging
it.
them out. And
Right.
But see, that's
4
what
or
I'm
5
saying.
tracks
If
in a
we,
day.
but that's the thing, man. I feel like if you personally, you know what I mean, I don't think I'm the greatest rapper. I think I'm decent, you know what I mean? I think we're decent. But I felt like if this is what you're doing, this is your job, like you're MC, you love this, like, you know what I mean? Even if apart from the money, if you love music and someone says, yo, give me 5 songs, I feel like you should be able to do it. And then they say, yo, we don't like these, do a couple. You should be able to do it. I feel like you should be able to handle that.
I'm
'Cause
saying
that's
you
what
should be able to,
that's
but
what
you still got to think about time spectrum and
We
everything.
had to go through a repositioning of the station when he left, changing the music and all of that. And one thing I always told the staff here, being that, and this is no pat on my back, but I'm the only one here that's worked at another station
So you
outside
have
of
that-
this market
that
before. So
experience.
right.
Yeah.
I've seen what works and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I said, you know, we got to get outside of these walls and tell people who we are now. Because the old branding, like we changed out, this logo used to be pink.
Mm-hmm.
Our boss, no
Damn
disrespect
right.
to gay people, but he was gay, he
Back
liked
to what I
pink.
was saying, it comes to every spectrum.
Right.
But I listened to y'all though before.
But if you listen to
you know what I
listen
mean?
to us now compared to how we sounded a
Then
year ago.
no, yeah, it changed. No, definitely it changed. It changed because at first I didn't know, you know what I mean, and then I realized like, yeah, I
we
listened
had
to
to
y'all. dude.
reposition
Yeah.
everything. I told him, I said, we need to go out there and we need to literally let the people know.
You're
that
right,
we're
because I
here
used to
and
play
that
the
we're doing
classics.
something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to play the
Or-
classics. Oh my gosh, you're right.
Tuesday,
You are
you did.
right.
Talking that 2 for Tuesday.
No, that's what it was. That's the.
But hey,
Harlem and Funkadelic songs back to back. Mind you, he didn't put
it was live.
this,
though,
the,
I guess.
the 4-minute radio version in.
Mm-hmm.
It was the full
12-minute
length.
album
full length.
straight.
Wow.
Straight through, just jamming.
Dude, I left. I started playing the Atomic Dog song. Right now, I know I equate Atomic Dog with the Q's. You know what I'm saying? So I've never heard the whole song, just the because that's when you hit the parties. I left out of here one day, went across the street to the Rite Aid to get some cashews or something to drink. Left out of here, went over there. On my way back, chick was out there with some shorts on. How you doing? I like those shorts. Very nice. Came back up and the song was still going. With 2 minutes left.
That's
I'm
great.
like,
I would be like, nah, no way.
I felt like I had been out there for like 20
nobody's
minutes.
gonna be listening to this.
I'm like, are you serious?
That's what happened.
Listen,
And I'm like, that's why people are not listening.
Tuning in, they
Because once
start
they
tuning in.
realize, if you first hear Atomic Dog, you might think, okay,
but after a while, you can't.
Right.
You be like, nah, I
6
got
minutes
it.
into
Nah,
it,
you're
you like, yo,
nah.
am I really still singing?
But they just let it run. They just let it play. It runs out. The beat.
Right. Like, man, even the DJ at the party would have switched it by now. So changing the music is the first step. You must have the music.
You gotta be able to
To
appeal
get
to
the
the
people
mass
to
audience.
listen.
You have to.
But that's only the first step. Now you got to give them a reason to listen to your good music versus the next guy's good music. Because you're not, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep in mind, I'm not the only one in the game. So somebody else, mind you, it's not a whole lot of somebody's, but somebody else is making good music. So what is going to separate my good music from that person's good music? Not the music, me. I got to make sure I stand out in their minds as an individual, well, you guys as a group, to say, we got something over here that you're not going to get over there. You know, if you listen to a Jay album, before you even listen to the album, you already know what kind of mood it's going to put you in. Like, first thing you said is, get this bread. You already know that with Jay. You know that's how you're going to feel. So when you listen to a Lil Wayne album, you don't think, let's get this bread.
Let's get wasted. Let's get white girl
Right.
wasted. Let's just
With
throw
a
bottles, pop bottles, like
With
do
2
anything you
Chainz. What's
can.
the first thing that come in your mind with 2 Chainz?
Get 2 Chainz, but
I want to go to a strip club, get these
Strippers.
Yeah, if I think of 2 Chainz, Juicy J's automatically there with him. Like that's his.
Right.
That's his
We in the
age,
strip
Charles.
club, we throwing dollars.
Right.
Not
Not we getting money. We giving the money away. No, I ain't got time for that. I need to be getting the money. She out there getting the money. Let her do her own hustle thing. I need to be getting the money. I'm not about giving it all away. You know what I'm saying?
At the
So I don't need
strip
to listen to
club.
Juicy J and 2 Chainz to get inspired when I'm feeling broke.
Yeah.
That's gonna make me feel like, damn, I shouldn't have spent that money last
I
week
should have kept that.
at the strip club. Like, now I'm even more depressed. So I'm saying all that to say, find out what you, like you were saying, you wanted people to get to know you. Find out what it is you want people to know about you that's going to separate you from the next artist that's got good music. Because you're not worrying about the guys that don't have good music. Screw them. The ones that's got good music. Because the ones that don't have good music, those are the one-hit wonders. They find a niche, they come out, YC, racks on racks on racks. What else do we hear from YC after
Nothing.
that? Now, the god doggone thing. Does he still have racks? Probably not. Might not have had them to begin with. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's the reality of his situation. You don't want to be that.
Yo, definitely not.
Like
man.
when Kanye came out,
Probably not.
he came out with this whole attitude of, I'm not the dude that's selling coke. I ain't never sold no coke in my life. Right. I'm just that. I'm the guy I'm your friend.
I'm just the
That
dude.
you hang out with
Yeah, I'm
every
the wild
day.
guy.
That's
I'm
sitting
the
there
wild
with you
guy.
like,
You
yo,
just- yeah.
how we gonna get this money?
Pretty
I don't
much.
know.
I'm that dude, like right there.
You want to do
next
some
to me.
music? I guess, nigga. My mom want me to go to college, though. What we gonna do about that? I mean, I'm in school, but I'm not in school. I'm not going to class, but I'm in there. Like, I'm enrolled. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can identify with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
that was like his thing. Like when he came out, before you heard anything from Kanye, you just knew he was that weirdo guy that everybody could identify with. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta find that one thing and then move with the music from there.
With that flow.
Because once they get to know you and feel, okay, this is how they, all
See
right,
what you need, man.
let me get the music. Oh, right.
See what
Okay,
you
we're going to get some
need.
more of this music. How can we get the rest of this? Because now you got a fan. You don't just have somebody that's listening to your music. Now you got a fan.
Bright, holding promises of dollar signs. On my skills playing ball, then I turn to rhyme. Meta clicking got better as we move in time. Made rap #1, we just need a sign. Spit a 16, spit a 24, spit a 32. Should we give you more? Spit a 16.